live, man.
Hi. Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to our Christmas edition. It's not the Christmas edition.
Was that?
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's how the trapper puts his pants on in the morning.
Warning: the not safe for work.
Yeah, I discovered actually, because every week I checked it from the web, and I discovered that there's a safe search on that was on the whole year. So I disabled it for this week's edition.
I'm gonna be gone for that.
No, you're staying.
He's forcing me.
It's good.
All right. Well, we have announcements.
Yeah, we do have an announcement. But first, let's say hello to Bjorn. Hi, Bjorn.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us yet again. We have to say, yes, please.
Clyde.
Hi,
Dova,
Clyde.
Lucy. Getawid, Murph, Ryuti, Sassy, Shiroku, and Suggestive. Thank you for being here, guys.
It means a lot. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for sticking with us through the whole year.
Our Lord Bjorn. They're calling for you. Are you gonna show your face today?
Well, he showed his arm.
No.
It's a very muscular arm,
No.
by the way. Bjorn is a fit.
Is that
muscle.
a Tim's double? Well, if you count Bailey's as double, maybe.
Yeah. No, I left the Baileys behind this morning. Now I'm on this.
It's so very tiny.
It's so good.
All right.
The big news of the day. You might have seen it at the bottom of the crawler there.
There's a crawler.
There's
you
a
guys
crawler.
Need to read. Oh, here.
Yeah, it's not crawling. Oh, it's
No,
just
it's
starting.
coming
It's
back.
right there. Right
No,
there.
that way. That way.
Double blood points are going to be on starting December 28 until January 2nd.
Can we have some PogChamps in the chat? Okay.
No, we can't.
You can't
But,
because you're gonna get.
Yeah, make it rain, I believe, is the expression the kids are using these days.
Yeah. So 5 days.
Yeah, 5 days of double blood points.
Fuck yeah! All the PogChamps. Whoop! Sorry, mods. I did this.
It's okay. People can express a little joy for a moment and then stop. Enough
What?
with the joy.
Why?
I don't know. Head case is coming to PS4. Yeah, we're still waiting on those dates.
Okay.
We received confirmation that it's coming, so we're happy, but yeah.
And then we're going to this.
Okay. Okay, so that's the other. Oh, no, we'll have to skip it for now because I didn't give the link to Bjorn. Bjorn.
Okay, we have another announcement that's gonna come a little bit later in the stream.
Yeah.
But for now, so it's gonna be a really chill one today. Do we have stats and everything?
Yes, we have stats and everything.
We can show stats, and then after I have a special Q&A part
Yes.
that I want to answer. I think it's important to do it before we go for a week. And,
yes.
we're
We had a
gonna
few people a little worried
Yeah.
in the forums.
And I think it's good that we address that today.
Absolutely.
So-
We want happy campers.
Boom.
Right.
All right, so stats first, I guess.
Well, do you have the thing up?
Yeah. Nope.
No,
okay.
not-
Well,
not
we can
yet.
start with the Q&A
No.
then.
I'll just keep drinking. It makes life.
We are super prepared today.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna name them. So I discussed with the Killer Alliance. They had a lot of questions,
True.
and they had very valid points. So I think it's important for me to just tell them what the plans are on their points. And if I don't have the answer, it's because our old design team is already on vacation. So I didn't forget the questions. I joined your group, so we can still talk further about it.
Let's have a real conversation.
But
okay.
the two main points, was the map reworks, especially on clustered maps. So cluttered. Well, it's whatever. So basically, palettes, windows, the issue that we have with the random generator, right?
Yeah.
Well, good news. We actually have somebody on the team that is working on a random generation tool that is going to help us on generating better maps for how the hooks are generated, where they are generated, how many safe palettes versus unsafe palettes, and everything. So that is in the works right now. And on top of it, I talked with Matt Walker, and we're going to have testings on the map without any palettes to see if there's issues even without palettes,
Okay.
So that's two things we are doing for it. And then the second the second most important for them was survivor friend compensation for killer. So on this point right there, we're still discussing about how we want to balance this, how we want to approach this. But the best example that we can give you guys is that it's probably not going to be a compensation. It's probably going to be more like leveling the field. So for example, when you play with your friends and you are the obsession, you're like, okay guys, I'm the obsession, and everybody knows it, right? Well, giving that information to solo players right off the bat would level the field. And then what? Well, the maps needs to be reworked first.
So aren't people gonna scream that now it was harder against Survive with Friends and now it's gonna be harder against everyone?
No, because it implies that there's gonna be changes to Killer also, right?
Okay, I'm just doing the devil's advocate here.
I know. But I don't want to go into detail. Yeah, I know. I don't want to go into details because there's nothing that is fixed right now. But yeah, that's what Orvat talked about like a few streams ago. How the idea would be to level up the solo players and then buff the killers in general. Anyways, if the map reworks happens, it's probably going to be even better before that.
Obviously, people. Remember, we're off on vacation for a week and a few days for us, so that's not gonna happen next week or the week after that, okay?
Yeah, yes, good point. Also, another point was incentive not to camp or tunnel. Basically, even killer mains are like, you know, the victory cube, it's like it's putting a lot of stress on us, we don't really enjoy it. It kind of like makes us want to tunnel more because we want to get into these I ranks. Well, the answer to this is actually the Emblem system, right? And we have some perks also like barbecue and chili and stuff like that. The Emblem system that is coming up very shortly.
Yeah, we tested it today again. Yes. And it's so much better. And
there's going to be a PTB, so everybody's going to be invited to try it and to give us feedback.
Constructive feedback.
Well, this right here
no,
was
this is very constructive feedback. I agree.
So, once again, I am in your group, Killer Alliance, so we can talk once we do the PTB. You guys give me your feedback.
Finally, implement a DC punishment.
We do, except we are basing it on a percentage of game left, and not a number.
Yeah.
Because if you play 700 games. And you leave 50% of the time, maybe you shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a ridiculous number.
Yes.
Right?
50%?
Yeah. And if we fixed a number, a threshold number only and not percentage, it would be problematic for some people. The people who are playing the most, actually.
Yeah, that's it.
So, as for all the perks, the perk rework that was in the list and the quality of layout changes for specific killers. As I said, since my design team wasn't around today, I can say that we're gonna talk and we're gonna have a list of specific perks that we want to talk about.
Yeah.
I know I've talked about a lot of details on perks lately with the design team, but I cannot go further onto this. That's all I can do for today. Scratch marks fixes. Yes. Three main.
I think that's the first thing you brought when you got on.
Well, we actually have them bugged in the system. Now we have to have someone dedicated on it. We have three main issues. When picking up a survivor, there's scratch marks that are being thrown. When no one's around, so your whispers is not on and there's random scratch mark appearing and you're like, hell, what? Or everybody's dead on hook. You hook the last person, and you run away, and there's scratch marks appearing. So random scratch marks appearing, that's an issue. That one is really, really hard to reproduce for QA. So this is why this one's taking a bit more time. And when they exit the game. So they exit the game, there's nobody else around, but there's still scratch marks appearing. There is more, but let's try to specifically aim at these three, and then we're gonna go further. I hope.
Well, we have a better chance of actually achieving them if we focus on a few specific solutions.
I really, really hope that this helped a little bit, guys. I hope that we're gonna continue the communication together.
Yep.
And we all have the same goal: it's to get a better game. Going.
Exactly. Okay, I think we're ready to show. We have this amazing, when we were at Comic-Con in New York, we actually showed the prototype. We had this really, really cool Chuckles mask. Well, it's not the Chuckles mask, it's actually the Trapper's mask. I just call them Chuckles because we're close. So we do have this mask that is now available for pre-order. It's a 1-scale replica of the mask. And the really, really cool thing is, well, not only is it an amazing looking prop, but if you pre-order it early, you will be able to get your hands on one of the 1,555 limited edition posters that have been signed by most of the team.
Looking at me now.
No, but there's probably like 50 some signatures. The whole team, counting everybody, is maybe 70 people. We just couldn't get everybody at the same time to sign everything in time. So
it's something that people have been asking for a long time, masks. So,
So this is a really, really cool one, and I do believe that this is not the final version. Actually, they had a really cool patina effect on the version that I saw.
I'm gonna wear one for prom.
There you go. Send us pictures, please.
PTB when? Not before January.
No.
Nothing
when we come
happens
back
before January except the double blood point.
So everybody comes back. So which is a good point actually. So next week we will not be doing one of those.
Nope.
Some of us might be streaming from home because, you know, it's fun. But we will not be doing one of those next Thursday, and most likely the Thursday after that is the 4th of January. I'll be back in the office. I think you'll be here too.
I will be
but
here,
the thing
but
is,
there's nothing
absolutely
more to add.
Nothing will have happened between then and now, but maybe.
We
we'll
can
see.
make a panel. Something interesting. I know people were asking for the sound guy to come by.
You'd need to prepare it today because then he's going on vacation. So we'll see. We'll come up with something. If anything, we'll just sit here and talk about our vacation, and then you can watch something else. So, can we get a killer call Santa Claus that knows where everyone is at all times but can't hit them unless they do something naughty? That's actually not a bad idea. I kind of like that.
You teabag, you get hit.
Fat Guy 925, that is a good idea. Thank you. The mask is said to be a 1-to-1 replica, but that doesn't really specify the size. Perhaps you guys should get measurements. I can tell you that Evan McMillan is a very large feller.
Feller. Do you have the list for the Q&A, or are we going to the stats?
Let's talk about some stats. Oh, I'm warm. Okay. Status. Okay, so this Julien prepared it for us last week, and then we both looked at it, and then Julien wasn't there, and we're like, we don't get it.
Can we have explanations?
So he explained it to us, and we'll go through it. So what essentially he did is a little study in the most used loadouts. So if you can see, do I have a thing to point at? Do you have a cursor? No.
No.
Okay, so on the absolute right of the screen, you have 1 point by itself. This is by far the most popular loadout, which means it's about 2.6% of people are using this exact loadout. All the other points on the grid are different loadouts. It can be just one perk is different, or it can be many perks.
Important to note also, these loadouts are used by at least 50 different people.
Yeah, it's underneath us.
Yeah.
So if you make us disappear, Bjorn, there you go. Based on 4 perk loadouts, December data, at least 50 players and at least used in 400 matches. For the escape rate. So you can see the escape rate on the left. So the least efficient loadouts have a 0.28% of escape, and the very useful ones have about a 0.58 So every 58%.
And the most popular loadout as a little bit under 50%.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is kind of
so the most popular is not the most efficient.
Nope.
Can we go to the next screen? So these are the interesting thing. The most popular loadout is used 2.15% of the time. You can keep going. It's sort of a fast presentation. And it's not even the best. Escape rate is 49%. I'm doing the thing that I tell people never to do, which is to read a PowerPoint.
Yeah, but it's complicated stuff.
No, but this is exactly what's written there, and that's what we just said. Anyway, so some rare loadouts have better escape rates, and with some loadouts, yeah, there are many other factors, obviously, that have to do with your escape rate, not just your loadout. So the most popular loadout,
of course,
is Borrowed Time, Decisive Strike, Self-Care, and Sprint Burst.
I personally hate it.
Well, it is the most popular. The lowest escape rate. It's an interesting one.
It is, yes.
And well, maybe also because the kind of player who would pick that is a little more bold and adventurous, and then gets killed.
Yeah, getting the dead hard and the
highest escape rate. I like Bond.
It's the very careful people.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was very interesting.
Premonition is in the highest risk.
Yeah.
Well then.
I don't know why you put that on 2 slides. I will talk to him about that. That's fine. So that was interesting.
Thank you, Bacon Popeyes. A little happy birthday wishes.
Yes. Bond is the best perk.
It is definitely the best perk.
It is a very good perk.
Oops, I'm breaking.
Thank you, AK Racing.
I didn't break anything.
No, you didn't break anything. It's all good. Okay, so Q&A. We did the little special killer Q&A.
We can do this team Q&A
now. I think
now.
there's 1 or 2 questions in there that could be interesting. Let's look. Will you or can you get your music guy or gal in a stream to show us how you guys made and implemented the chasing, chased, injured, normal ambience for killers and survivors, and the menu music, because they're really great soundtrack. I'd like to know the process behind those. Yeah, we've been wanting to get the sound guy Fred in here for a while. I think he's a little self-conscious about his grasp of the English language.
We even asked Julien, the stat guy.
Yeah, who also is a little uncomfortable with speaking English in front of people, but we'll get them to come and talk about their special set of skills. Okay, there seems to be a massive disconnect between the killer community and the devs, and we feel like we're getting our concerns ignored. Hopefully, the little moment we had earlier will address that.
Partly. It's an ongoing process.
Will there ever be a 2.0 version of this game? And if yes, how would it look like? Well, it's hard to say if there ever will be a 2.0 version of the game. That would, anytime you do a sequel to a game,
I'm letting you talk on this one.
It essentially is an acknowledgement that the game is done, in a sense. We're not ready to do that yet, but there might be, or more. What also could happen is other games in the fictional world of the entity. How come Myers and Hag's move animation are different on the end result screen compared to in-game? That's a good question I don't have the answer to. Are there any bugs that you wish you could have kept? There's one that I really, really like. We started a game at some point to test. I was in the beta, I think, and the map was pitch black. There was no lighting except for the barrels and the lights of the generators and flashlights.
Wow.
And so you had these little pockets of lights here and there, and you'd run and just bump into shit, and it was really, really, really fun, but it was unplayable, but it was really fun.
For me, it's Butter Billy.
Butter Billy.
I remember that PTV where we had Billy just running around and just doing like donuts around stuff. That was really funny, and I would have liked
to be an add-on.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you test things in terms of balance changes? It's difficult, and we do it in many different ways. We check stats. We talk to players. We have a PTB as a tool. We also do a lot of internal play tests. Yeah.
There was a comment here about the stats, and it would be interesting to have the same kind of loadout versus pip instead of escaping, because I know that as for me personally, and I know some other players,
that's how you gauge your.
Well, I mean, we don't care if we die.
Yeah.
You know, we're playing, we're having fun, and if we die, we die, and yeah.
That's fair.
So maybe the death is not a. You brought it.
Yeah, I just want to refill my little. It's a small little mug.
Good point.
Actually, I have to say, I was at TwitchCon, I believe, last year. It must have been TwitchCon. I've done too many of these. And there was a very nice gentleman, and I discovered that this man was, like me, a big root beer enthusiast. And we talked about that for a while, and then he gave me this tiny little mug, and it made me happy. So thank you.
So for you guys asking about palettes and looping and everything, we answered that earlier. You can just go back in the VOD.
Yeah.
Get drunk on stream? No.
No, we don't do that.
No. All right.
This is just because it's so cold in Montreal. Oh.
So do we have another? Yeah.
No, not
other
really.
Questions?
Not really. There's one. It's for later because I don't have the right information for it.
So we have a lot of questions that we either already answered or buff questions and nerf questions, and this is not going to be addressed today because we're not going to work on it for a week. So
if I get a mask early, can I have a poster with the team's kiss marks? We haven't made one, unfortunately. I don't know how we get about doing that.
Can we get Philip in the stream to talk about his work? That would be a possibility, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know he came in for the Halloween event, I think.
Yeah, he was
to
here.
Explain how he like changed the lobby and everything. And
no,
he did.
He just.
That would be interesting to see like the process.
Well, he was here 2 weeks ago to just be there.
Yeah. As your co-anchor.
Yeah.
Can crouching make exhaustion faster again? I don't think we have any plans for that. Noodle leg was an amazing bug. It was yeah.
Any talk on killers being able to hook from all angles to prevent body blocking the hook? Well, body blocking the hook, you can always hit them.
The killers,
So killers being able to hook from all angles to prevent body blocking.
I know it's been said quite a bit that we don't see that as a problem, since you can get hit on it. But, I mean, I know they're always looking into ways to... But I don't think that's going to be touched anytime soon. The most thing is going to be like the palettes, distribution, and the maps.
Bring back Dweg. No, will not bring back Dweg. Sprinting with flashlights was cool. And, no. How about more posters? Yeah, everybody loves a poster. That's it, really. I think we've gone through. The most important thing, actually, is the double blood points that people will be able to reap during the holidays.
Absolutely. Well, on this...
Yeah, no, we can go. Oh, no, it's true. We have a few things. So I was
forgot the around the web.
No. I was looking today at the artwork section in Steam. And like the most popular of all time, there's 3 GIFs that have been in there for, I think, 2 years now. And they are absolutely spot on, and that's why I put them in there. So let me show you. The first one is the survival team on a free weekend. It's playing very slowly. Why is it playing slowly? I don't know. Still, that is exactly what the survival team on a free weekend is like. The second one is when the killer is camping and you see other survivors, which is probably my favorite of all times.
No, don't do it.
And the last one is when I hide in a closet, but the killer heard it.
How did you know? There's like spots of blood in front of it. Yeah.
Plus, I can hear you. Okay, so that was beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
can you please do something that the survive? No, okay, it's not. Who has been the most naughty in the office today? Nobody's naughty in the office today. Everybody's well behaved. We're
Dave. Huh? What?
Dave?
I don't know.
No, Dave was nice enough to allow his desk to be used as a bar for today.
So he's naughty.
So, what we have from around the web today.
Here we go. Is that where
the first one is awesome, and I do not know who that's from because the name was in Chinese.
Okay.
I believe.
Disclaimer.
No, you stay. You're fine.
No, disclaimer.
That's not.
No,
okay, that's the second one.
Not safe for work. Disclaimer.
No. The stream is 18 plus, so
okay.
we're fine.
Perfect.
We're fine. This is not the right one, I believe.
Philip, you're a nice guy.
This was the second one. Okay, so that's the first one is awesome, and I don't know who that's from, but I really like it. The second one is from Cornhub, and it's yeah, it's really cool. Could be a John Hughes movie. Then we have Curio Mode. There's a whole series of those, and they're really, really cool. So I just picked the Dwight, the Lost Leader, but go check the others. They're really cool. Then we have Dave Microwave, who did a weird series of
so cool.
all of the killers like that. Really like it. That is what Creative Mind does. Then we have Hayo, did the creepy little fun here for us. Thank you very much. Jules Jovial. Ooh. That's really moody and nice. Kawarayane. That's cool. That's a desktop background right there. Or you know, if you want to paint your car or something. Then Cactus Fruit. Oh, I love it. There's so much love in this. Nat BR gave us this this holiday rate.
This is so cool.
It works. Nattergian, always great. It's just
that Jake face.
Steak King. I'm not sure what the story behind this is. I'm kind of curious.
She's doing his hair.
Yeah, but why is she sitting on the trapper?
That's from Oddfellows.
Is it?
I don't know. That's what Lucy's screaming.
Yeah, okay.
Screaming Lucy.
Then we have Stummer Stetcher.
Wow.
Who did this really cool cosplay of Leatherface.
Wait, is that the guy I met at TwitchCon?
Could be. Could be. I believe yeah. Then Trister probably did that in class. Walker Ghost gave us this.
Wow.
That's really cool. They're bad boys. And then we have a spider in a Tupperware. Again, I'm not sure I read the whole story in here, but I like it. Did I put one of my favorite ones of all time in there? No? Okay, that's the end of it. Because I had put this one, which is one of my favorite ones of all time.
Oh my. This one again.
But it's okay, we'll not show it. But so I asked Dave about a lot of the not safe from work stuff, and he said, yeah, you can't show that. But I found a few things on the dark side of Nattergian, and let's look at these beautiful images.
So
that person is an artist. No, these are the ones he said yes to.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So there's a series here that you could have on the walls of your boudoir. Next one, please. They're all from the same series. It's just a beautiful Christmas gift that keeps on giving. These two have been together for way too long. And then the last one, it's just... I think this one spoke to Bjorn on a personal level.
Yeah, Bjorn is like...
It's the nipple, isn't it? Yes.
Guys, stop, guys, stop.
Okay, thank you. I'm good with that. We can leave on that note.
All right. Well.
Cheers. So that's it really for us here at the Behavior offices. That was a fun time, but we have a lot of work to do and wrap up before we all head out to party tonight.
Yes,
with
absolutely.
DJ Storm. He's actually one of the sound guys that work on another project, who's also a DJ. So, yeah. So from us here, thank you very much for sticking with us through this whole year. We had a good time, and we have quite a lot more coming for next year. Hopefully you'll be here with us to enjoy it. Are you planning on releasing killer weapon replicas in the merch store? We'd love to. We're working on a few side projects like this. More merch is coming next year, that's for sure. No traditional... No. Can we please have DVD Funko Pops? I would love that. I would sell... no. None of that what came to mind I would actually sell, but I would love to have that. And Gabrielle. Okay, good.
Bjorn is like, yay!
So yeah, that's it. Let's wrap it up and go go back to playing Dead by Daylight. So have absolutely amazing holidays. Remember, don't be a dick. Love is always the answer. I'll just leave it at that.
Bye, guys.
Bye.